What's up, everybody? What's up? Ron Harris here for the Ron Harris Muscle Channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine Monday. It's tax deadline day in the United States of America. Boo. It's also Marathon Monday, Boston Marathon happening today, but we're not talking about any of that. We're talking about the new sensation from Brazil, living in Brazil, from Russia, 27-year-old kid, youngster, so much potential and future ahead of him. GoodVito, real name is Vitalii Ugolnikov. Did not know how this kid was going to pan out on stage in real life. He's an Instagram success story, huge on Instagram, tons and tons of fans. But how would he look on stage with good pros, other not just other pros, but top-level pros? Arnold South America in Brazil, weekend before this, proved himself very, very worthy. Third place behind winner Rafael Brandão, second place Tonio Burton. A lot of people had Vito as high as second. Some people had Vito winning that show. Then just yesterday in Detroit at the initial Detroit Pro-Am, promoted by Fuad Abiad, second place, a very, very close, controversial second place by Martin Fitzwater. It's always controversial when it's that close. So wanted to take a look, guys, at some pictures of GoodVito. Let's go first to his Instagram. We got some great footage and pictures, thanks to Gilco Productions, of course. Let's start with that video from Gilco. This is Gilco. Gilco does the best work, guys. Mitchell Gilbert and his brother. I don't know his brother's name, but look at that. Look at the legs on this guy, the arms, pulls a vacuum. My knock on Vito when I first saw him at the Arnold South America was, oh man, I don't know if this guy's back is thick enough. Now that I'm seeing a much better footage, I could see, yeah, it still needs to be thicker. It does need to be thicker, but it's not as far behind as I thought it was. He definitely needs to thicken it up, but that's going to complete his physique because he's got everything else. It's not a weak back. It could just be better to balance out the thickness, the roundness, the density, all these other muscle groups. Look at the cross striations on those quads. You know, I'm a big stickler for leg development, and this guy's got it. This guy's got some of the best legs in the pro league right now, and that says a lot. There he is, saying bow down. See what was before that. Top two, GoodVito. We're going to look at more comparison picthes. Here's a good comparison with him and Martin, who ultimately did win. You know, I didn't watch the stream. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this on a bigger screen, not my phone. They're very, very comparable. You know, they're both stacked with muscle. Both of these guys are huge, just massively developed. Condition, you know, Martin had good condition too, man. You can't argue that Martin was out of shape the way that, you know, Tonio could argue that Rafael was out of shape, especially from the back. He was. Glutes weren't in. These guys are very, very close condition-wise. I might give Vito a slight edge. And, you know, good on him for having to travel all the way from Brazil to do this and maintain his condition. But, you know, Martin, no slouch. I don't have a problem with Vito taking second here. I think it was very, very close. We're going to look at the scores, and we'll see that it was pretty close. What else we got there? How was that? What's it? So there's a double bicep comparison. Yeah, I mean, Vito's legs are a little bit better, but Martin's got pretty damn great legs. Martin pulls a vacuum. Both of them have very, very similar builds. I could see Vito needs a little more in the chest here. You could see that's always a shot where you can see that someone needs a little bit more of a chest is when they put their arms up, either in the overhead ab and thigh or in the frontal bicep. If the chest sort of flattens out a little bit, especially across the upper portion. And, you know, Vito's right there. I mean, there's a good comparison. Well, his chest looks pretty good in that shot, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at those deep cuts between the quads and the hams there. Glute separation. Yeah. There's the back shot. See, this is where I really feel Martin probably pulled ahead of him. You can see here, Vito needs to fill in the thickness right here. There's not a lot of thickness here where Martin, you see how much thicker he is here? All the way down to the very low insertions of the lat. It's equally thick. This is kind of shallow on Vito right now. Just want to make sure we're showing it. Yeah, we're showing it. But, you know, it's just one area that needs to work on. I'm sure he can do that. I'm very sure Vito can go back to the drawing board and fill in this area, thicken the lower lats up. Once he does that, look out, guys. Look out. Rear lat, Great rear lat for both of these guys. Yeah, man. I mean, similar physiques. They're very similar. It's not like apples and oranges. This was kind of apples and apples, or oranges and oranges. Both shorter guys, just stacked full of thick, dense muscle. Both of them could use, I feel, a little more arms, just because they both have these crazy legs, especially Vito. Look at that. Look at how dry and separated the hamstrings are. That's awesome. Both got great calves. Vito's got calves that are a little bit better for sure. And the ab and thigh. Yeah, neither one of them has a blocky waist. I don't know. I mean, I'd give the abs to Martin on this shot. Quads look pretty damn great too. Yeah, I'd probably give Martin this shot. It's not like that. It doesn't go like shot for shot. Yeah, I mean, both of these guys, phenomenal. Great job, Vito. Great job, Martin. What else did Vito put up? This is another angle. Some more footage. This looks like his buddy in the front row was probably shooting it. Fabrizio posted it. What's that say? Preview start here in Detroit. Daqui a pouco tudo sobre a prévias en meu canal. So Fabrizio Cholak, trainer. This is on his channel. Is that his trainer? I'm assuming that's his trainer. Yeah. Look at that. So this is just iPhone footage. This isn't that Gilco crazy. You know, Gilco has some amazing equipment to work with, their cameras and everything. You know, props to Fouad Abiad. Look at the lighting. Look at the backdrop. The plain black curtains, like everyone's been asking for, yet only 6 guys showed up to compete. You know, it's like to the point where why bother giving the pros what they complain about if they're not going to show up anyway? They wanted more money. Fouad stepped up. $15,000 was the minimum for first prize. He didn't have to give out more than that. He gave out $25,000 for first prize, and he gave out an additional 3 awards, each one named after a fallen pro. John Meadows, Cedric McMillan, Luke Sando. Each of those is another $2,500. There was a last check-in shot. Okay. Let's go to another page and see what we got. I'm going to go to Gilco, because Gilco is the one who shot this. Gilco shot the picture, the stills, that thumbnail that I used. So there's a great shot of Martin. Very happy he won. That's his first pro win. Congratulations. There's Fouad and Ian in the audience. That was top 3 there. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't top 3 because Ronald Gordon was 3rd place. So we're looking at Vito there in a call out with Martin and Justin Rodriguez. Yeah. These two were damn close. We're going to look at the score sheets. Because it was close. You'll see. Here's Vito again. So that's the shot I used for the thumbnail. So thank you, Mitchell. Yeah, great showing for Vito. Yeah, this went down to the head, man. This went down to the wire with these two. Could have gone either way. I mean, like I said, you could see the difference in the back there. Martin's back is far superior. It has that thickness going all the way down, right around the spine. Just nice, thick, dense, rugged muscularity in the back. Vito is going to fill that in the let's say years to come. I'm not saying it's going to take him like 10 years, but you don't build a great back like in an instant. It takes a little time. I'm hoping he shuts it down now, unless he wants to keep going and try to get an Olympia qualification. Maybe that's his plan. I don't know. It's Justin, Gabriel, Ron Gordon. That was Harry Harris, no relation. And one more look at GoodVito. Then we're going to take a look at the score sheet, and then we'll go to some of your questions, guys. Yeah, I want to show you the score sheet, guys, because it was close. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll go back to Vito. So present. What am I doing? Sorry, guys, I'm getting all confused now. Present. I got to stop the screen and present. Share screen. Detroit Pro score sheet. All right, so here we go, guys. So it wasn't a hard show to judge with only 6 guys. So Martin got a score of 4 in the judging in the morning, and then late afternoon comes back, gets a score of 3. for a total of 7 points, first place. Vito is third down the line there, 5 points in the judging. So he was only trailing, because you want the lowest score possible, trailing by 1 point in the judging. And then it looks like the finals, the judges saw Martin better at the finals than they did Vito. Martin had 3, Vito had 6. So the total in the end was 11 points for Vito, 7 points for Martin. So it was a 4-point difference. It wasn't that, it wasn't like a 1-point difference, but clearly Vito had a couple first place votes, at least. My math is, you guys will correct me on the math here, because I'm always messing up the math, but I don't know how many first place votes he got to do that. But clearly some of the judges saw him as being the winner that day. So what the heck, why not? So let's start that screen. Let's go back to Vito while I take your questions. We'll just leave Vito running in the background the whole time. Why not? All right, so let's look at what you guys have to say. Judges need to apologize to GoodVito. Well, not the ones who had him in first, right? I mean, you could say that about the judges who had him in second. Like I said, it was close, and I don't see a problem with Martin winning, and basically because they were equal in so many ways. I've heard arguments. Vito was a little tighter from the front. I don't know, man. They were close. It wasn't much of a difference condition-wise. And I think it just came down to the back, because from the front and the side, you couldn't say either one of them was really blowing the other one away. Golden Delicious. So, Mark's Max Muscle, what's up, man? He's making a reference to apples, because I said apples to apples. These are different kinds of apples. We got Golden Delicious versus Granny Smith. And if you guys go to the stores now, in the produce section, they have all these wacky new hybrid apples, like Cosmic Crisp was one I tried last week. It was a promoter, Bad Blood. So Vinny's talking about why only 6 people showed up. Yeah, I don't, the only reason I honestly don't, I have nothing against Fouad. I get along fine with him. And I don't know why, if anyone doesn't get along with him, my suspicions are they probably reached out to him for a sponsorship, and he said no. I mean, why else would anyone be mad at him? What could he possibly done? Maybe he has said something on his podcast that they didn't like. I don't know. It's a podcast. He has that bro chat every week where they talk about everything, and they talk about all the bodybuilders, all the pros. So I don't know. Maybe somebody got butthurt and offended. Tony says, Tony Malton, just don't want to hear anyone complain when they don't qualify. Yeah. I mean, it's that with the point system back, we're going to see a lot more people doing more shows. I don't know what is Cali Pro coming up next? I know New York Pro isn't until May 18th. I think Cali Pro is coming up. Maybe Vito will jump into that. I mean, look, he's so close. He's so close to winning a show. He could keep going. And even if he goes Cali Pro and gets second there, that could probably give him enough points to go to the Olympia if that's his goal. Tony's picking apples. Granny Smith. I don't know which. Hit the like. That's right. Where's my banners thing? Subscribe, like, share, ring that bell. Yeah. I'll leave that up the whole damn time. Hit the like. GoodVito going to win Olympia 2024. Despicable me. Yeah. I mean, Samson looked pretty damn good at the Arnold UK. He looked better there than he did in Ohio. And I'm not saying his wife is a better coach than Milos. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying she did a good job. You can't say he looked bad. He looked pretty good. So she knows what she's doing. Raymond Jones. Good to see you again, Raymond. If the Arnold didn't reject Martin's application, he may have never won the show. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if Martin had done the Arnold Ohio, which he had originally tried to do, and they wouldn't let him, they said, nah, no thanks. Try again next year, which they shouldn't have done. We ended up having dropouts. 3 or 4 guys dropped out of the show anyway. Yeah, they should have let Martin in, but what's the best Martin would have done at that show? He wasn't beating Hadi. No, come on. He wasn't beating Samson. He wasn't beating Raphael. I don't know if he was beating De La Rosa. Probably not. John's pretty good now. Was he beating Akeem? Was he beating Hollingshead? I don't know. He wouldn't have done that well. He wouldn't have won that show, but now he's got his Olympic qualification. He's got his first pro win. So great move on Martin's part. Martin's quads are impressive compared to GoodVito. I think he's being called the white Phil Heath, has a 3D look. I don't think there is a white Phil Heath. I can't think of too many guys outside of African Americans that have that really round, full look. Maybe Justin Compton a few years ago. Justin was awesome. Still could be awesome. Justin's big again. Maybe he'll make a comeback. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Martin's very big and full. He's got a great physique, great future. Vito looked bottom heavy from the back. Yeah, that's because his back isn't thick. That's why I say he needs a thicker back. He's got his legs. So say he's 240. He's got like 130 pounds of leg right there. Project Bodybuilding, what's up, dude? Vito has a structure and wow factor, high lats, but lower lows in terms of overall development. Better front shots, poor back, shallow chest and delts. Yeah, like I said, the chest needs to get fuller, especially in that top. Upper chest thickness would help his physique a lot. Wider delts would help because he's got these crazy quads. The sweep on those quads is ridiculous. I'm going to go back to a different. I'm going to go to a different shot here. Something different, so we're not looking at the same thing over and over again. Did Gilco not do any comparisons? Yeah, we'll just leave that up for now. Yeah, we'll just leave that one up while we keep talking. So, Project Biden. Vito and other officers will be very competitive. That's what I say. I understand people want to go to the Olympia. He's excited, but what's he going to do with the Olympia with that back right now? It's the Olympia. You can't have any weaknesses. Any weaknesses are going to be exploited. I know there's no perfect physique. Everyone's got something you can pick apart. Everyone does. But that's the first thing. When you have like 20 to 30 guys on stage at Olympia, which is typical, they all look amazing on their own. And the judges have a hell of a time. So it's not so much looking for strong points. They got to start looking for flaws because they need to exclude people. They need to get rid of some of these guys so they can focus on, let's get down to the top 10. Let's really figure out who deserves first, second, third, fourth. They do a cut after 15. There's typically no placing. So if there's 20, 25 guys, I think they do give everyone a placing now. But a lot of times it'll just say 16th. Everyone after 15 is 16th. So you don't want to have anything that they can immediately say, okay, he needs more back thickness. So no top 10 for you. No top 15 for you. Showing Joe some guy was car so it was running good. I didn't watch it, honestly. I know it's awful of me. Too cheap to buy the webcast. But I didn't watch the webcast. I have seen plenty of clips. Again, I applaud Fouad for doing a really good job. Just the lighting. You can see how great the lighting is here. And we talk about the plain backdrop. The last show I can remember before this, they had a plain black curtain, was 2019 Vancouver Pro that Hadi Choopan won. The first show he had won on this side of the world. That was over in Vancouver, Canada. And I'm not saying that he wasn't diced out of his mind at that show. He was, but the lighting and the black curtain backdrop at that show made everything pop that much more. And that's why a lot of people still keep talking about Hadi at the 2019 Vancouver Pro. I honestly don't think that look was far superior. He was that much leaner than we've seen him in the past few shows. It was just a difference with the lighting and the curtain. So Fouad did that. Yeah. Got to give, here we go. Yeah, I didn't even see that, but it's exactly what we were talking about. Got to give props to Fouad. Blackdrop really brings out details that we missed with the sponsor screens. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the Detroit Pro-Am. Give them a little bit of love. Detroit Pro-Am. Follow all these guys. Detroit Pro-Am Instagram page. That was Martin. So he's got some Martin pictures. Yeah. What else? Fouad with Ian. Ian Valier in the audience. This is Ronald Gordon, third place. Congratulations. These are all Gilco pictures, it looks like. Yeah. There's the comparison shots that we saw before. Back shots. Yeah, look at Vito's legs from the back. They're just the sweep. It's just nuts. You can see Martin was in great shape too, man. You could see his glutes are all carved out. His hams are nice and dug out. I think I'd give Vito a little bit of edge in the leg department just because of that. He's got a little bit more sweep, which is primarily genetic, but still very, very impressive. Okay, we've seen these pictures before. I'm trying to see if there's anything I haven't seen yet. Looks like they had fun up there. Good Vito and Martin. That's good to see. It's good to see the guys having a good time. All right, so those are older pictures. Let's leave one picture up. Yeah, we'll just leave that up for now. Show. Got any of your muscle car shows not run good. I mean, I didn't watch it, so I can't any of you guys who did watch the stream, tell me what you think. The fact that they only had one pro category, I like that. I mean, I'm very, very selfishly liking the fact that all they had was men's open bodybuilding. That's my favorite category, division to watch. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. A lot of people who pay big money to go to shows like the Arnold and the New York Pro and the Olympia, they go mainly because of the open men. That's what they go. Yeah, very close show, as we saw on the score sheet. This was the easiest show to win of the year so far. So far. Let's hope that we don't have any smaller lineups than that. 6 guys in a pro show that was giving out really decent money and extra prizes on top of the prize money, extra cash prizes. You know, a lot of guys really dropped the ball and missed the boat on this one. I'm spewing out all these cliches. But why wouldn't they do this? I said, there's a ton of guys out there who they're B-list pros, even C-list pros. Like, if I had gotten my pro card, I would have been a C-list pro. Awful. Just because structurally and this and that, I wouldn't have compared to the best guys. So I would have done a show like this. If I had jumped into this, or anybody that's got like a pro card as a master's, and they know they don't have a chance of doing well at a big show with a good lineup, I could have been top 7 at this show. Any other pro who had jumped into that would have been top 7. You could say I made top 10 in a pro show. What's the next move be for Justin? Justin Rodriguez. All right, well, let's go look at Justin. Yeah. So here's Justin. I know we're talking about Vito, but Justin's midsection is getting thicker. I thought he was starting to lose the legs. His legs did have a little bit more pop and sweep to them, but his waist is definitely getting thicker. It's thicker than it was like a year or two ago even. I don't know, man. I'm not going to tell this guy to give up. He still looks damn good. He's not throwing in the towel quite yet. You know, he came in pretty decent condition. You can't say his condition was off, which I've seen him a couple times where the condition was lacking. But when he's on, he's very dangerous. Could have been a little bit tighter. Yeah, you could see like the hamstrings not quite as lean. The glutes could be a little leaner and tighter, but I mainly see it in the hams and in the back where he could have been drier and tighter. I don't know. I'm not going to say, I would never tell anyone quit. You know, you suck. You should just go away. I would never do that. It's all Martin. There's Vito. What up, guys? Yeah. Some candid shots. Justin. There's Vito backstage. Yeah. Let's go back to the question. Back to the boards. Project Bodybuilder. I hope Vito doesn't keep trying for his qualification this year. At least he'll get the qual. 25. Yeah, I mean, if I was his advisor, mentor, manager, whatever, if Vito says, Ron Harris, what should I do? Of course, he's not going to do that. I'd say shut it down for now. Shut it down for now. Come back next year and do the Arnold South America again. Actually, I would try to get an invite for the Arnold Ohio. Just to, what the hell? Why not do that show? I mean, I don't think he's going to win it, but you never know. He could make improvements between now and then. We don't know what he's capable of in a year's time. Ask for an invite for the Arnold Ohio. I think they'd be silly to say no to him. Do that. Do the Arnold South America, and then do another show. Like if this happens again, I think I heard they're going to put this show right after the Arnold Ohio. So I don't know if it's going to be like Ohio, Detroit, UK, or Arnold or Ohio, UK, Detroit. But I heard next year they're going to try to schedule it closer to it. But that's what I would do. I would do those shows, and he's going to win. He's going to be good enough to win the Arnold South America by next year. I mean, I'm assuming like someone like Hadi or Derek Lunsford doesn't jump into it. Despicable Me, Fuad. Scammed a lot of fans. I think they went for Sam Sullivan. What do you mean? So people paid to meet Sam Sullivan and they didn't meet him? Is that what you're saying? For Sam Sullivan meeting. This is the first I've heard of it. Lots of fans were disappointed he didn't return the money. I don't know. This is the first I've heard of that, so I can't say. Mark says, Ron, I agree. Vancouver lights were amazing. Yes, Hadi was indeed much leaner there than he ever was. Ian, who was competing against him, said so on multiple occasions. Yeah, I mean, why would Hadi only have been able to nail that condition like once in his entire career? I find it hard to believe. I think the way he looked at the Arnold Ohio had to be as lean. It had to be. Hani Rambod's been working with him for a few years now. Hani knows his body, knows how to peak him. I find it hard to believe that in the, I don't know how many shows they've done since then together. It's got to be 5, 6, 7 shows, preps since the 2019 Vancouver. I find it very hard to believe that he hasn't at least equaled, if not surpassed that condition by this point in time. I don't believe that. There's Martin. There's Martin again. There's Ron Gordon. There's Vito from the back. Yeah, I think these are all Gilco shots. Yeah. Who's that? That's Ronald Gordon. Ronald Gordon looked great, man. Need a look at those nice, dry, tight, grainy quads. I would like to see a little more sweep, of course, because look at the arms on this dude. Awesome arms. I'll just leave Vito up again. So, Ron is the real deal. I hope Chris Cormier doesn't come back and get mad that I used real deal in the title, because he was known, Chris Cormier was known as the real deal, basically because of his resemblance to the boxing heavyweight world champion, Evander Holyfield was the real deal. So, Chris can't say he was the real deal. The real deal was Evander Holyfield, boxing legend. He sort of appropriated that name. I think Lonnie Teeper gave it to him. Lonnie Teeper of an Iron Man magazine, who used to give everyone nicknames. He came up with like Quadzilla. He came up with a lot of nicknames for people. He came up with my wife's nickname, Cuban Missile. He gave her that nickname in like 1992, 91 or 92. And everyone's been calling her Cuban Missile ever since then. Who is Justin's coach? Justin Rodriguez? I'm not sure who Justin worked with for this. I could go to his Instagram if you really want to see. I guess let's go. Let's go to Justin. Search. I think that whoever the coach is did a good job. I mean, let's see. Jay Jacoby, who is Justin Jacoby, is his coach. I think that is Tonio's coach too, right? Is that right? Yeah. So same coach as Tonio. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Yeah, Justin Jacoby. I'm sorry. Justin Jacoby, yeah. I mean, he's making a name for himself. Clearly, I'm like struggling with the name because I'm slow. So let's go to Buys and Tries. Buys and Tries has different stuff sometimes. Or Bodybuilders Without Borders, great. Another great Instagram page. Daniel does a hell of a job putting up content. Let's see, got anything from the show? Yeah, here we go. There's a good call out with showing this, right? Yeah. There's a good side by side of Martin and Vitalii. I wonder where he got the name GoodVito. Is there a bad Vito? It just seems odd because good is an English word and he's speaking Russian, speaks very, very good Portuguese, I believe. I see his posts, unless somebody's writing his post for him. And he's with a Portuguese woman. I think they're married, right? Yeah, and that's it, man. Martin got him in the back. That's it. That's the only reason he probably didn't win in my estimation. But that's a big body part, man. We're talking about huge. It's the entire upper body from the waist up, facing the back is your traps, your lats, your lower back. Side shots very comparable. I'd give Martin that one. Martin's tries are a little bit better. I do like Vito's quads better. I just like the shape. A little bit more sweep. And I like the cross striation. I'm a big fan of like detail, like the Tom Platz cross striations. Martin's got some striations there too, but Vito's are more prominent. He's whack. They had fun. It's a good, the best thing about a show being so small, if you want to look on the bright side, is A, everyone got a good look because you don't have to run through 20, 30 guys and all these. B, there's only one division. They didn't have to worry about going through every single pro division. And there's no pressure. I mean, they can go a little, take their time because what's the rush? This is all we got. Well, that's there's some other footage, some iPhone footage. Everyone looks nice and orange, like an Oompa Loompa from the old Willy Wonka movie. I like to see different footage just because even though this is obviously not as good as the Gilco footage by a long shot, it's just somebody's phone. It looks like they were seated pretty far back by the way the phone's moving. Trust me, I've been there. I know what that's like. Yeah, man, they were both Man, very worthy adversaries. Yeah, Vito's posing needs a little bit of work. His hands are too high up on that lat spread and hold up on his away from the hips. He needs to work. He just needs to practice his posing with a good posing coach. Just get everything looking a little more smooth and polished. Just fine tune, because presentation, everything matters. When you got guys who are this close, judges need a reason. They need a reason to say this guy wins and this guy takes second. Presentation and posing can be that. That can say, well, that can be the deciding factor where judges can look at and say, this guy just doesn't know how to present himself. He looked awkward up there. The transitions were okay. Now we're getting into some other stuff. I don't know what that is. Other competitors. Some more shots of Vito. You got any more of Vito? No. Let's leave up. Let's go back to another page. Buys and tries. Let's look at buys and tries. Another great one. It's all the same footage, guys. Everyone's got the same footage on their channel. Win the Detroit Pro title. Okay, so that's old. We know now that he did not win it. He came close. Yeah. Project Bodybuilding in Carlos, who isn't Justin Coach, LOL. He switched coaches again from the Arnold show from Abdullah to Justin Jacoby. Oh, so he was with Abdullah. Yeah, he was with Abdullah before. I don't know how long it's been since he worked with Abdullah. I don't know how recently that switch happened. That's why I lost track. Yeah, I mean, these guys coach hop. They jump around from coach to coach. It's rare that we see somebody stick with one coach the way we saw Flex Lewis stayed with Neil Hill for every single show from amateur days all the way till he retired with 7 Olympia 212 titles. Hadi, I believe, has only had Hani Rambod as a coach as a pro. Phil Heath was coached entirely by Hani Rambod his entire pro career. There's a few other examples, but other people have gone. Ronnie only worked with Chad Nichols. Yeah. But we've had a lot of other people have gone from coach to coach to coach, just trying different things out. Dave Thomas from UK. GoodVito was so much better now this tan was sorted. Yeah, and way better lighting here. The black backdrop helps out a lot, the lighting, but he definitely has a way better tan. Tan was looking muddy. Like he had that looked like he had that dream tan crap on to me when I saw him before at the Arnold South America on the stream. So Tan was sort of must have been really close to the final scores. Yeah, we saw that he got some first place votes. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't a straight easy win for Martin. There were definitely some judges who saw GoodVito winning. GoodVito's proved himself just Mr. Olympia these days. Yeah, I'm not gonna kick a guy while he's down. Ron, I gotta be photo editor. Can I be photo editor for my channel? I've got good experience not about photo or video editing. You mean from my channel? Or your channel? Video editor. Oh man, message me about the video stuff. Message me at where's my banner? Hang on. Where's my Instagram? It's the same as follow me on Instagram, Ron Harris Muscle. That's my Instagram. You can always reach me there, guys, if you need to hit me up on a Insta message or direct message. Is that what it's called on Instagram? Yeah, hit me up, Arnold. Let me know. I'll subscribe, like, share that bell. Let's go back to the comments. That's good. Video was so much better. Oh, for your channel, you fixed it after that. March like muscle. That footage is oranges versus oranges. Yeah, they were both orange looking. I've had a lot of issues when I'm at shows with an iPhone or something, and the lighting. Sometimes, like if there's like a lot of white behind someone, say there's like a big logo for a sponsor, and the athlete is dark because everyone's got the paint on, the color, stage color, and there's white behind them as part of the stage back, the set design, or it could be signage for a sponsor. Sometimes the camera doesn't know the difference. It'll focus on the white, and it just blows out and distorts the colors for the athlete. Makes him look all orange. You know, I'm sitting there like waving my hand in front. I'm sure there's like settings you could fix, but I'm not that sophisticated to know how to do that. Oranges versus oranges. Yeah. Well, what was that about Phil Heath? I think I missed something. Oh no, it was a previous remark. Let's see if there's anything I missed on this channel. No, that was old. Let's check Vito's stories. See, he's putting on a story, shall we? Before we say goodbye. So this is Vito's Instagram. That was his leg. Look at all these stories up there, all those dots. Cito. Is that Vito's coach? I thought he had a Brazilian guy coaching him. I guess it's Chris. Good. Chris Cito's been around forever. He's been on top of the coaching game forever. We've seen this footage, but this is a black and white version. Just a filter. GoodVito. Yeah, he's a big boy, man. He is a big boy. All right, we've seen all these pictures, but someone putting socks on him. Can't put his own socks on. He's too big. 62 hours. Those are spray tan. So they did a hell of a job. Yeah, the spray tan in Detroit was a much better look for him.
Я не успеваю всем отвечать. Не обижайтесь, пожалуйста. Я сейчас гримируюсь. Загримировался, сохну. И через 30 минут у меня будет второй выход на сцену.
I just want to hear him speak Portuguese. He speaks awesome Portuguese. Who knew? Wow. Very impressed with that Portuguese. So he's putting up, now he's posting in Russian too. This guy now just needs to learn English. Everyone needs to learn English because Americans were too lazy to learn other languages. Yeah, I thought Fabrizio was his coach. Is he? Does anybody know? Is Fabrizio his coach or is Chris Cito his coach? It's hard to tell by the way he made that post. Here's after the show. I think he's picking out which ice cream he's going to eat. What do you go with? Pineapple coconut. Good choice. Good choice. Now what's he going to get? He's probably thirsty. He's going to drink some yogurt or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's the first. You're craving so many things after a show. Sugary things, salty things, fatty things. Yeah, these are great shots. The two best photographers right now for me that I like seeing this. Oh, look at that giant slab of, what the hell was that? 1, 2, 3 giant pieces of cheesecake. Well, he's a big boy. Gilko, Mitchell Gilko does great stage shots. And of course, Will Whitman. I love Will Whitman stuff. Will Whitman does a great job. He's all talking. There's my champion. See, what a great guy he makes. He's congratulating Martin on the win. He's not complaining about it. You know, I'm not saying Tonio's a bad guy for complaining about losing, but it's always a good look when you can congratulate the guy that beat you, you know, even if you're not agreeing with it. It's just a good look to be a good sport. It just is. That's called sportsmanship. There's some great side-by-sides. I don't know where he's driving now. Detroit, I'm guessing. What are these freaking sliced ham? Ugh, gross. Not a big fan of ham. It's like he made that's some ground meat and potatoes he's cooking. Oh, it's cooking. It's all about the food now. Yeah, he's definitely shutting it down if he's eating all this food. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. What do we got, guys? I think that's it. Arnold trying to steal my job. Yeah, Jen, I wasn't trying to hire Arnold. I just, I don't like to tell anybody, no, leave me, buzz off. I don't like to be like that. So Chris Cito is his coach. Cito. GoodVito impressed me a lot, Jim. Trino in Brazil. Yeah, Jen, I think the two main things, I don't think he actually physique changed much. I think it was his tan was way better. The spray tan that they had going on at backstage at Detroit, or whoever was doing the official tanning there, whatever company that was, and the lighting and that black curtain just made everything pop. You could appreciate his condition. Thank you, Carlos, for confirming that's his coach. But yeah, I mean, Vito is as far as how far he can go. Like I said, I hope he shuts it down. I don't think going to the Olympia this year is a good idea for him, just because, yeah, you could say I'm just going to go for the experience, but he could be using this time. He could take the whole rest of the year, the whole rest of this year. We're only in middle of April. Shut it down now. Take a couple weeks, no training, eat what you want, and then get back on a really solid off season. Maybe have your health phase first, clean out, whatever. But then you'll have plenty of time. Get back in the gym. Get that thickness in the back, especially the lower lats. Get that upper chest going. little more triceps, little things like that. He's a work in progress. I think he is definitely capable of being a top Olympia and Arnold Classic guy, Arnold, Ohio, and Mr. Olympia, which is the toughest show, obviously. Just needs time. The potential is there. He's a young guy. He's 27 years old. Well, he's born in 97, so I don't even know if he's turned 27 yet this year. At some point this year, if he's not 27, he'll be 27. Yeah. Yeah, GoodVito, Vitalii, congratulations. Congratulations to Chris Aceto for doing a great job with that condition. Very impressed with him. And I think the best is yet to come. We have not seen this kid's full potential. I'm calling him a kid. He's a kid. He's in his 20s. He's got a whole career ahead of him. I just hope he does everything nice and gradual, which I believe he will. He's got a great support system there with his sponsors and fans in Brazil. I don't know if things would have been as good for him had he remained in Russia. Brazil, definitely a much more bodybuilder-friendly country, from what I can tell. Huge fan base down there for bodybuilding, very passionate fans, very supportive of the athletes. I think he's in a great place. They love him. He's adopted the language, their culture. He's got a great, very, very bright future. GoodVito. Very happy for the kid. It's good to see fresh new talent. It's always good to see because we need great new talent coming into the sport. In these past couple of years, we've seen some really amazing new talent rolling into the sport. Guys like Andrew Jacked. There's been a few more. You guys can think off the top of your head, but we've had a great new infusion of new talent the past few years. Where Samson came out of not nowhere, but Samson's one of the better new guys for sure. We're seeing a changing of the guard, as we always do every few years. The older Olympia guys will eventually all rotate out. They'll all retire or start going down the placings, and new talent comes up from the ranks and takes their place, basically. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So please, I leave that subscribe thing. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, ring that bell, do all that. I've been here for a while. It's nice when they find a pro show delivering the hype. Yeah. Like I said, Vito could have just been one of these many, many pros who look awesome on Instagram and have a huge following, but when they get on stage, you're like, they just don't bring it. They don't bring the condition, or you realize their photos and videos were only showing them from favorable angles and they were leaving things out and not showing their weak points. But now we see this kid is the real deal, like I put in the thumbnail and the title. He's the real deal. And I think he's going to go very far. It's just going to take a little time and effort. And he's got that. He's got time on his side. He's young. And, he's got the support of a lot of people rooting for this kid. I'm happy to see him. But again, I want to also go back to congratulate Martin Fitzwater. I know this video is about Vito, but I don't want to take away Martin's shine here, because Martin deserves congratulations for winning his first pro show, getting his Olympic qualification. He looked damn good. It was a deserving win. I do not feel Vito was robbed. I feel that Martin was a legitimate winner at this show, and it was close. It wasn't a blowout, but Martin won this fair and square, guys. The score sheet shows that Vito did get some first place votes. So the judges see his potential and they see that he's almost there. He's just not quite there yet. Let's give him a little bit of time. All right, guys. That's it, guys. Appreciate you all watching. As always, going to keep delivering the videos for you. Doing another Power Hour with Giles Thomas tomorrow. Tiger Thomas. We'll put that out a little bit later in the week. So please turn on notifications so you know when I'm putting out video content. Really trying to do a great job with this video with the help of Jan Geraci over there in Long Island, New York. East Coast connection. So making some plans for the New York Pro coverage as we speak. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And I will see you right here next time. Thanks for watching.